Yeah.
Oh, for external affairs, if you do me, that's an amazing solid. I will email it to you, or actually,
No.
You want it linked?
yeah, just in a spreadsheet so I can show everyone what we've been working on.
No, fine, like.
I was gonna do it, but I didn't want to do it without talking first.
Yeah, why? Do I look bad? Do I not
Yeah,
look
you look
good?
like shit.
Oh, yes, yeah, no, I'm good. Yes, thank you. Sorry. I was like, fuck.
Okay. So it's just an external affairs drive.
Oh, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah. Can I show you how pretty it is? It's so
Mhm.
pretty. Jesus. And then it's
What is that, double bubble? I like it.
Yeah, it smells good, right?
Mhm.
No,
No,
not that one.
updated.
That's the old one.
You want me to do the updated one? That makes sense. That makes sense.
Look how pretty
Oh,
she is.
wow, that's Maeve.
She's
Who
so
are
pretty.
you? Who are you?
Oh my god.
I'm proud. This is proud mother. I am proud mother right now.
Okay, so I have to keep filling it out. We're not done yet.
Yeah, but like, come on, that's great.
Oh, it keeps going.
Yes,
There we go.
BB. Yes.
We've got so if you go over to yes no as of 2023, unknown, but it's on the website. Yeah.
Love that.
Some of these aren't even on the
Oh.
spreadsheet, but they're on the website. So that was
Oh.
fun. Yeah. And then there's a few that were on the website, we're not on the spreadsheet that I have no information for.
Great.
There's like a website one that's like contactlenses.com.
What the fuck? Nope, you're good.
Do you see how beautiful my spreadsheet
Look
is?
at everybody be proud of Amelia. Look at her.
It's so I worked so hard.
She
Okay, actually,
did.
I did not work.
She's-
External affairs worked very hard. I'm very proud of it.
Oh, look at you. Good lead.
See, look at how humble I am. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, I love you.
And then I also added the
Please, I know, that was at
genuinely-
8, that one.
Genuinely, I think everyone's about to like overthrow me because I just keep adding more and more and more. So yeah, but
What are the options here?
person to contact, that's just like whoever you talk to so that we know who to like
Yeah.
actually talk to.
Yeah.
Yes, no, as of 2023. I have
Effective, that could be shorter.
yeah. Okay.
So no, just for like
No.
the
Kelly, you're the queen of spreadsheets. Do I give a shit? Okay, we go over to yes, no. So look at the options there.
Yeah, let me look at
Yeah, there's
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I haven't done those yet.
No, makes sense.
Are they already on the website? Yes, and then yes.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yes, need to update and no. Here we go.
Why can't I exit? Let me.
Yeah, need to update.
Oh, need to update. Ah.
Yup. And then
8.
deals discount. And
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Yes,
I'm so
ma'am.
excited.
She's working.
I'm so happy. I showed Anna and she was really happy to see it, I think. But then again, I never really know if she's ever happy about anything. What?
I'm not
This
putting
is-
anyone with the link. This will be Justin.
But yeah, so everyone is in the drive, so they can literally see it.
It's okay.
Okay.
We'll show it to them anyway because you're proud of it.
I'm so proud
Woo!
of it.
What
I know, right?
strong.
So yeah. Yeah. Working hard on hard work.
Working hard.
pretty soon, but I'll be working this week to make sure that all those gaps are filled in until she's on there. And then last but not least, I've heard a few murmurs about people wanting to do like bonding outside of GA. So I will definitely be sending an email or put me out about that, like a Friday or Saturday night, I think, so it doesn't take any time away from the work that we're doing. But if anyone's interested in that, definitely keep your eyes out. Yeah, other than that,
Any questions or comments for Cassidy at this time? Tom?
About the team report. What time is the first time? I know it's at 9:30. Is it at PM or?
9:30 AM and 9 AM. So just for clarification for Alyssa as well, we need one student for the Excellence in Part-Time Teaching Award Selection Committee that's scheduled for Wednesday, October 22nd at 9 AM. And then we need 2 students for Excellence in Teaching Award Selection Committee that's scheduled for Wednesday, October 22nd at 9:30 AM.
Any other questions or comments for Cass? Alrighty, we can move on to our vice presidential report.
I've received some more applications for reps, including for health sciences and professional studies, and a graduate student rep. And I'll hopefully get interview time set up this week. And then I just want to remind everyone that we are expanding our onboarding process again, and that applications are going to close on the 17th of October. And then everyone will hear back from our appointments committee by the 27th. That's all I have.
Beautiful. Any questions or comments for Sienna? Alrighty, Tommy, take it away.
All right, so current balance for ASNMU is currently $8,511.31. The current balance for SFC is $46,873.06. Yesterday, SFC recently passed a budget for Black Student Union and Art Therapy Club, and we expect to review more budget requests next Monday. I do want to clarify our role here, SFC, and kind of reiterate some things Cassidy had mentioned here. This is, the most up-to-date information we have, and we'll be moving forward under this guidance. SFC cannot fund events such as Lavender graduation or multicultural graduation. All other registered student organizations are encouraged to apply for funding. Okay. We don't approve budgets based on the nature of the student group. We approve them based on their merits and the quality of their budget requests. SFC's purpose is to allocate student activity dollars in support of student organizations that provide educational, cultural, social programs for the campus community. These are student government funds, and our responsibility is to review each funding request on its merits, ensure a balance of programming, and apply our governing documents consistently. The university has emphasized 2 key points for us to keep in mind: student governance. These are funds managed by students for students. So serving on SFC, and I've given this a similar message to the committee, is an educational opportunity, self-governance, financial stewardship, and equitable decision-making. Student access is also important. SFC funded events must be open to all students since they are supported by student activity fee dollars. Ensures transparency and compliance with diversity expectations and guidelines while also affirming First Amendment rights, free expression and free assembly. So basically, SFC is student-led and student-focused, and we will continue to apply our process consistently to support programs and events that benefit the entire community. So if there are any questions, please, I'm happy to answer them.
Any questions or comments for Tommy? All right. In that case, I only have a few things for you. As Cassidy mentioned earlier, we're getting that grad closet going. So the email should be going out any day now. It just needs to go through DSO like she mentioned. But Jack and I are working on like other things. Such as pickup times. People are going to be scheduling them. Right now we're planning on doing it based off of people's office hours. Like those are open times to like come and get them. So I'll keep you guys updated on that, just like to make sure that like week or whatever everybody's in there, like when they're supposed to be. And we'll like get you guys instructions on like how to do pickups. Like, but yeah, that's all on that. Office hours, just as a reminder, always a good idea to be like make sure you're doing them for one, like filling out the sheet. But also be like detailed and more like you're explaining your activity if you can. Which you should be able to. If with Cassidy's permission, she said I can show her office hour log because I really like it and she did a great job. So like if you need inspiration, this is like kind of like what ideally we're looking for just to like you know, just so we can get a good grip of what's going on during those hours. Headshots are going to be going up like soon, like I believe the end of week if I'm not mistaken. So just a reminder if you don't have those in, like they're going up. So so get them in. But that's all I have for today. Any questions? Oh, Riley, go ahead. No, yeah, if you could, yeah, absolutely, if you could, please. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, in that case, we can move on to new business, starting with committee reports, external affairs with Amelia.
Hello. Sorry, I got but basically, my report has to do with the Wildcat College. We updated and we're working on it now. I met with Anna, the former director of external affairs for the 2023 school year or academic year. And as of right now, external affairs and I are working really hard to try and get all of former information in to the actual spreadsheet. We're working on getting addresses in, so if we're having issues reaching them, we can make sure that there is a way to contact, because a lot of the time what we ran into with issues last year was them not answering. And then we also, I'm planning on contacting the Marquette County Clerk to get the list of DBAs from Marquette. To make sure that we're not missing any other small businesses that aren't actually on our list. And so that we can reach out to them and make sure that they have the option to be on this or not. So we also are making a priority to update the website accordingly so that all that information is on there as we go, as it is really outdated by like 4 years. So we're doing our best. I think that's it.
Any questions or comments for Amelia? Amelia, great job on the spreadsheet. You know, I love a good spreadsheet and it's looking beautiful. So great job. Also great job, guys. We can move on to our public relations report with Ruby then.
PR had our first official, mostly some official meeting last week. We kind of went over just some priorities of what we want to work on. Taking up the feedback that we've been getting from public comment about being more annoying, and doing in the face of students with what we've been working on to finding ways to implement that. One of which, was updating the newsletter and trying to figure out what we want to include in it and also a better way to make it interactive for students so that I'll be talking about that later in my discussion. We also talked about like the Instagram, creating kind of some content and like brand ideals. So no matter who's logging in, we're kind of using the same fonts, having the same types of captions, those kinds of things to have a consistent brand identity across what we post. And then just kind of other things that were in the works of currently are the onboarding process, partnering with Sienna and the appointments committee. So if anyone's interested in doing some day in the life of an ASNMU member and like what your day looks like, please reach out to me. I obviously am not going to mandate you to record your day or take pictures of your whole day, but if you are interested in that and you have a day in the next 2 weeks that you particularly have a heavier ASNMU workload to kind of demonstrate the best to our abilities what we do, please let me know. I would love to have that. And then, yeah, I think that's kind of the most thing, pivot. We're gonna just be doing some more interviews with students, interaction, and some like throwbacks with some interesting stuff that we've done in the past.
Beautiful. Any questions or comments for Ruby? Alrighty. We can move on to appointments, starting with Minnie Patel to SFC by Tommy.
Oh, sorry. My bad. All right, here, 1 second. There. As treasurer of the Association of Students of Northern Michigan University, I am recommending the appointment of Minnie Biddle to the Student Finance Committee. I believe Minnie's enthusiasm for student finances, combined with her experience in business and data analytics, makes her an excellent candidate for the position. I am confident she will be a valuable addition and provide meaningful contributions to SFC. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me. This appointment requires a 3/4 vote by General Assembly.
All right, any questions, comments, or motions? Tom? Michaela? Alrighty, this will be a closed vote, y'all.
Service object.
Alrighty, this passes unanimously. Our next appointment is for Alyssa to the President's Roundtable by presented by Sienna.
Students of Northern Michigan University, I am appointing Melissa King to the President's Roundtable. I believe Alyssa's creativity, dedication, and teamwork skills make her an excellent candidate, and I am confident she will be a valuable addition to the committee. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact me. This appointment requires a 3/4 vote by the General Assembly.
Any questions, comments, or motions? Ruby. Tom. Alrighty, this will be closed vote.
Making you one of those next time that every other is. That's what we're talking
Thank you. All right, this passes unanimously. Okay. Next up, we got some budgets. First one, thank you cards for the farmer's market, by Cassidy.
Like on the.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of people who helped me a lot over the summer, particularly, just kind of get things together. Also, people who come in mind are like the janitors who helped us put all the chairs away at the end. There were 2 gentlemen that really helped us.
They
a
were
lot.
very helpful.
So just giving something a little more formal out to them, writing them a personal note inside of it, I think would be really nice just to keep a good relationship. And to show them that we're grateful for what they did. This is a little bit of a larger pack of thank you cards so that we'll have it in the office in case of future use or need. And then I know that 2076 kind of looks like a big number, but our mini microphone, I don't think has been purchased yet for cards. Our mini microphone, I don't think has been purchased yet, so if we purchase those 2 things together, which I will chat with Amelia about, it'll be that exact, $12.99, so.
All right, any questions, comments, or, oh, Dana?
Like all the vendors and all of that, so this is different than that.
Correct.
How would you get that to those people?
These?
Yeah.
So this is for like, So the janitors who helped us, they come in the office every night as well, so I would give them to them, everything, they would all be hand. Diane Stone helped us a lot, Mike Bath helped us, Andy from facility, like they're all university-esque people. I might also do like the farmer's market, the Marquette Farmers Market booth guy, because he helped a lot, certain people, everyone is gonna get something, so like you said, the digital format is gonna be sent to everybody. But certain people played a heavier role helping me get it done, so I thought this was really good.
Any other questions or maybe motions? Ooh, that was close. Michaela. Ruby. Alrighty, all in favor, please raise your flags. All right, this budget passes unanimously. Next budget, we have some posters for recruitment, by Ruby. Yeah, these are super cute.
Yeah, okay, so this is that project that we were talking about from before with onboarding. The code there takes you to the application, specifically these, I kind of put a list on the budget there of the posting locations I'm planning on targeting, because we're not doing all of the ones on campus. I'm thinking specifically the ones for the positions that we need. So Spalding, Rec Center, Northern Center, Danbridge. For off campus, I kind of figured of targeting the Northern Center, Jamrich, and then I added a allotted 10 for assorted other locations that we might think of as being like very high traffic for especially off-campus reps. Maybe like even throwing one up at like some window or something, you know what I mean? Not like necessarily a posting scene, maybe the dome, maybe, you know what I mean? Something like that. So yeah, and then I might have shared it with, but there's a flyer that is the same kind of design and format as this, that will be going out in an email form to all students. So yeah, and that one just is gonna have a digital link, so no QR code on it. Yeah, also kind of fun fact, all the background of this are old Northwind newspapers that are, some of which have ASNMU.
I noticed that, thought that was sick.
So when I try to implement using that more, it's all the digital archive that we have access to, and I think it'd be cool to kind of bring that back and show some of the past work that ASNMU's done and use it in creative ways. So yeah.
Oh, my bad. Any questions, comments, or motions? Oh, Tommy, what's up?
Oh, is the like the one on the thumbnails with the white lettering, is that like?
Yeah, so I changed it to a different lettering that I thought was maybe a little more legible. That originally was like a drop shadow. This was what I currently had. If we wanted to change any font things, we can.
I just thought maybe it was a little difficult to see the four, like the
The,
yeah, like
the depth spread. Did you prefer the first one?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
can
that's
make
just
that.
my thoughts.
Yeah.
Just cause, you got the
Yeah,
contrast there.
okay.
All right. Any other questions or comments or potentially motions? Oh, Simon, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Thank you.
That, the poster real quick,
The which one?
the apply for ASN one.
This one, there are some spelling things that, oh wait, she fixed, yeah, I was about to say, she fixed on the official link.
Dick Spalding, and then the health and science and professional studies is
Yeah.
one, not two separate positions.
Okay.
But if you
and
look
then
at this one,
in the blurb on the top right, and advocate for you think NMU needs to do better. Between for and you, if you could do like, for what you think NMU needs to do better.
good eye, good eye.
I had that on the edited version.
Perfect.
All right, any more questions or comments or maybe motions? Ben D. Beautiful, okay, Michaela. All right, all in favor, please raise your plaques. All right, that passes unanimously in full. Okay, we have a mural application, which, I don't think we've done yet this semester, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think so also. So it's for Beta Alpha Psi. Here is their design. Yeah, this is it. If we want to talk about it, we can. I don't think the background's not going to be green. She dropped it off. She said this is just the paper that they did it on. But yeah, so if you have any questions or comments about it, we can hit them up, be like, hey, we don't like that, like, we think this needs to be changed, or we can just approve it and we'll get the ball rolling on that. All right, can I get that officially? Ruby?
I approve design.
Motion,
I
sorry,
motion.
thank you. Tom?
I said,
All right, all in favor, could I see some plaques, please? All right, that goes unanimously, or passes unanimously, there we go. Okie dokie. Next, we have some members with discussion. Ruby mentioned this earlier, but that newsletter,
Yeah.
here you are.
So, if you guys want to, you can open this on your phone, if you go to the agenda. So this is kind of a format and idea I was thinking of using for the newsletter. If you go to events and projects.
Sorry.
And click on any of those, it'll take you to the part of the page that talks about that thing. So we could put committee updates, obviously this kind of is a template, all of those links too, like that link there will take them to the career closet. There's one that will take them to apply to ASMU. I figure we can put images there, meeting minutes, link to apply to ASMU is there, link to our Instagram, and then just to take you back up to the top. And then if you go to contact us, I was thinking about putting all of our reps and what they do, and then kind of don't know who to ask some frequently asked questions. I hope y'all enjoy the question. But not only do I think we could use this for just like general events and stuff that we have ongoing, but also we talked in PR about when updates come out from administration in those kind of meetings that you do as your executive report, we could put that in writing. Oh, if you go, sorry, go back.
Oh, yeah, please.
I also, if you scroll down, you can do an e-board update, every week or every month. So, you guys.
See, and I always thought we looked alike.
But I figured that'd be a good way for us to get kind of a monthly way out. I'm thinking maybe like the 15th of every month. Then it could recap the month and give us 2 weeks to kind of finalize it, and then we could post it after, like approving it, the meeting, the staff meeting. That way you guys also, everything that's being put out there is approved by you for what you think is right. And then it should also format to your phone. So if there's a statistic that like over 60% of emails are actually opened on mobile devices, not on computers. So I don't know about you guys, but I have like mixed feels with a lot of the graphics that are put out in like graphic form and emails, because you open them on your phone and they kind of suck. So this was kind of my way around this. It's included in Canva Pro, so it costs us nothing. And it could be kept as an archive. I don't know how long our Canva account will continue on with us switching to an Adobe school, but still I have a Canva Pro that I will personally share with ASMU that we could like continue this on or keep updates with. And then we just republish the website every month, so they'll be able to create pages and stuff they wanted to. Yeah, so I'm just looking if you guys have any feedback, comments, questions, thoughts. If you have anything specific you think would be good tabs or good things to include in there for monthly updates, like let me know. These were just kind of some general thoughts I had.
I just opened it on my phone just to like take a peek, and the app format, it does format really, really well. Cassidy.
This is really phenomenal work. This is great. I love it. Full support.
Amelia.
Okay, same along the lines of that, but I was wondering, could we possibly do like have our actual website have this link
Yeah.
with it, just to make sure that everyone, if they didn't get the email, they could see that. Number two, could we make sure that there is the Wildcat Wallet thing on there, because a lot of people don't even know that we have. So,
Yeah, we can add that as an events and project, add that as just one of those tabs up
Okay.
there.
so that's, yeah, awesome.
Dana.
How, will it be a link in an email?
Yeah.
There could be a graphic of it as well.
Yeah, we could do like kind of the homepage as a graphic and then include it as a link similar to how you guys opened it here. If you also look up just the URL of, I think it's like ASNMU newsletter at canva.com or something like that, it comes up. It's like a published what's someone who's computery URL? Yeah, so ASNMU newsletter.mycanva site is the official URL. So anytime someone maybe looks up ASNMU newsletter, it will.
Okay, beautiful. Any more discussion on this? All right, we can move on to public comment. Do I see any? I see so much public. Yeah, Silas, go ahead. Talk to us. If you want to speak up though, this is like, it's being recorded. So we had like, sometimes we have a hard time hearing people in the back. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Most of you don't know me. My name is Silas. I am an economics student and also an officer or member of over half a dozen student orgs and various other projects that I've accumulated in my career. And this evening, I would like to bring to the attention of the General Assembly an idea that I've heard circulating, particularly the organization that I founded last semester. Tomorrow's Voices, were student activist groups dedicated to making change on campus and putting pressure where we think it will best serve the student body. Specifically, the idea that I've heard circulating is the idea of finding a way to represent student orgs directly in the General Assembly. Whether that's through a selection process approved by the General Assembly or through some sort of other allotment. I've heard that there is a constitutional committee being formed or that constitutional changes are being considered. And I thought I would put forward that idea to the General Assembly for a couple of different reasons. Activism is a weird field to organize in because if you do your job well, your organization will stop existing in a few years. And so this I see as a natural conclusion of what we do. Student organization leaders are among the most energized and active people on campus. To take up leadership in a student org, you don't roll over in the morning and stumble into it. You seek out not only the community that the org represents, but also leadership within them. So by choosing these people as members of the General Assembly, you are naturally addressing not only the most active and engaged part of the student body, but also the most active and engaged members of that subsection. Which in my personal opinion, would give ASNMU a direct line to the most energized parts of campus, which I know has been discussed as a struggle lately, both in General Assembly. And on top of that, I would also like to express my support and use my organization for every effort that ASNMU has made so far to restore privileges and opportunities to the diversity organizations on our campus that have suffered from this executive action. And I would also implore the General Assembly to seek out any possible alternatives to make further restitution to these groups. Thank you all for your time, and I appreciate your work.
Tommy.
So to your last point there, executive orders, we did address that in our, my chair report, your treasurer report earlier. And so the most recent update information we've received from the university is that, SFC, which I am the chair of, is going to operate under the guidance that we, review budgets based on their individual care. And we are, accepting all budget requests from student organizations. We are not judging them based on the nature of the group, but rather the quality of their budget proposal. And under the assumptions of, free speech, freedom of assembly, and student governance, we are happy to review all budgets. That's my thought on that. But I am more curious, your first point, to know how you see members of student orgs participating in the General Assembly, considering how many groups we have on campus. How do you see that taking place? For a much larger assembly than you have currently?
The way that I personally envision it is, first and foremost, a lot of the groups that we have on campus not re-registered semester to semester and cycle through a sort of interested. And a lot of those organizations also maintain an active membership above 10. an organization at the bottom of us, or the student association, that has perhaps 5, 6 people at a good meeting. And that doesn't discredit work we do, it does limit our exposure to wires. So in my opinion, the most effective way to do it would be to look for organizations as a general assembly that are making strong impacts on campus. I'll use the Black student. Have a wide, pretty far-reaching thing. Wide membership, and one student over here last year, they've made very visible steps on campus and have a history of being movers and shakers in the campus community going back to the 60s and 70s. As perhaps a selected and then assembly list, I would see a handful of the most active organizations at the start of the year being chosen to receive an additional seat from the student sections. I'm not an expert on the UNSW Constitution. I am far from an expert on any of the structures. But it seems reasonable to me that some sort of, I don't want to say appointment, but selection at the beginning of the semester, beginning of academic year, based on the last year's track record seems reasonable. It's not infallible, but some, I don't want to say merit-based, but impact-based assessment, which seem like they would benefit the most from seating. That's a bit of a, non-answer, but I'm hoping to clarify.
Cassidy?
I guess a little bit less on the detail of like how to go about it. I love the constructive piece. I think we're definitely trying to get representatives to go out to student orgs, but having it in the Constitution would be a surefire way to make it happen. So I support that. Whether you want to keep communicating how you think that's best visible in the Constitution, because you're right, we are planning on constitutional convention ad hoc pretty soon. So definitely encourage everyone to keep that in mind, because it sounds like a great idea. And thanks for coming.
Did that yeah? Oh, there, okay, Ruby.
My question, and like, obviously I don't expect you to have every in and out of your proposal of an idea, and nor like expect you to be a constitutional expert of our constitution, that's. The rest of us don't either all the time, but I wondered what, other than like attending these meetings with an official, like, do you hope for them to have a voting, like, you know what I mean, like, what kind of roles and like power do you want to give these positions of the student org for them to feel like they're having an impact, but also like what difference would it be than them as individuals joining ASM?
So in my opinion, a voting position would be essential to the idea that given the way we perceive it. Granted, it is a little half-baked, but with the power of a voting position on ASM, it would allow the student organizations to push more efficiently the changes that they would like to see on campus without having to detach themselves from the already very strenuous business of running an organization to set aside time to run as a representative for their hall or their college. So if there's even a seat available, and I know you guys have seats available, so that's not always the case. We can't expect it to be always. Running an organization, as I'm sure at least a handful can say, is basically a full-time job at times, and I say yes, and so by giving these organizations voting power, you are putting a material benefit to that work that isn't just what they can get as SFC hosting an awareness event. It gives real tangible benefit and a chance to affect policy and the way that the university functions in a wider sense. to some of the most engaged students who might otherwise miss that opportunity because they're too busy being the most engaged students, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that answers your question. I know I kind of.
Yeah, just like a follow-up to it, would it be, do you see it as one vote for the student or committee or individual votes for each position?
I see it as a small selection, perhaps 4 or 5 individual organizations.
And then would you also want them to be working on policy on behalf of AS, like within ASMU, as like a member would, or would you more see it as them partnering with ASMU when it comes
I
to?
would see them as a seated member in the representation of the organization, same thing that representatives from student affairs representing their hall, representing their side, representing their college leaders. These student organizations are just as integral part of campus as a hall college. Where people study and where they speak is fine, but where they choose to spend their free time has to be considered, in my opinion, just as fully as where they spend their day.
Amelia?
So, I 100% agree. It's very nice. Especially when we don't get it very often. I do have a few questions for you in terms of with mentioned a few times when you're running your own organization, it is a full-time job. I will say, I don't think it would make their lives any easier if they were to join, in the sense of I am the Woods rep and external affairs director. When I'm looking at my spreadsheet that but it takes lots of time out of my day aside from the regular work that I do as and my class, like my class times and my homework. When considering that and the work that they already have, it would be like full-time jobs at a time. That's not to say I don't think that they could do it. I just think that it is already fairly overwhelming. And it's not fair on anyone to be put through this. Remember, I'm not saying like, you're not their therapist, I did. But, yeah, go ahead.
I agree completely. I mean, there's a reason that I haven't been to a single general assembly before this point, and it's because I've been elbows deep in running an organization. To my point of choosing large and active organizations, all of the examples that I can think of right now, I have a membership and an electoral structure large enough to delegate responsibility from a single or a handful of leaders. That's part of why, obviously, aside from just impacting students, why I didn't suggest seating any smaller organizations. Because if you have an organization, 10, 15, 20, 30 students, it's significantly easier to find someone who can A, schedule themselves around General Assembly, and B, is able to accept that delegated elected role. Isn't the president, the secretary, the whatever of the organization already. And so you're able to still include all of that hard work that goes into running those organizations in the contributions that ASNU makes to campus without adding an additional burden to a singular, small, focused officers. Because if it was to be the president of any of these organizations that had a year every week, I think you would see next to them. So in the concept that it would serve as an elected officer position alongside that of president or treasurer of anything within the organizations themselves.
I will, sorry.
Please.
I have one, but in terms of saying, organizations, obviously impactful, we all agree that organizations that you mentioned are important. This, I will say, impactful does depend on one's number. And, along with, are we speaking of impactful as in like ESU, ASU, LSU, Q&A, like these amazing groups who are incredibly hard, these are have their groups hard. Are we also including the likes of those who are considered more impactful on the other end of the, like, obviously I don't think that you're that, but just in the sense of it can be a little bit like to decide and determine what is impactful and also whether or not these would.
So I have a two-pronged answer to this. Firstly, determining impactful is part of why I suggested the General Assembly should have at least a large say of the choice of which organization wanted to be represented. Secondly, I am fully aware that ASMU commits itself very seriously to being a nonpartisan group. And so I would be just as happy to see Q&A or our local turning point chapter or the mycology group and or the conservation group representing ASMU. Because in my opinion, it doesn't really matter what you stand for. If the elected representatives of the student body choose you as someone impactful, maybe they saw you at the leadership, the student leadership banquet, or maybe they attended one of your events, put your name forth on the assembly. You are somehow noteworthy in a way that the entire elected assembly feels as well. So in that case, yes, you could see any handful of university groups. You could see the fly fishing. It's an incredibly wide range of focuses the student boards represent. And so by giving the General Assembly and ASMU itself their choice of those organizations, particularly assuming that ASMU remains committed to a nonpartisan and individual assessment, which I don't expect you to depart from, you're maintaining that same level of efficacy year over year without having to necessarily make yourself to any particular standard judgment impact outside of that. Hopefully that answers the question.
I think that
Go ahead, Ruby. Oh, sorry. Did I cut you short, Amelia? Okay.
Silas, someone within their student affairs or someone who particularly has interest in this, maybe Carter would be included in that conversation. We can write up like a proposal of some kind of what this could look like going forward. Just to let it bake a little more. I think it's a great idea. I don't think anyone here disagrees with that, but I think that to make it progress as best as we can, we should have anyone interested in it meet and we can go from there.
Love that, Ruby. Thank you. Do I see any other public comment? Hi. Yeah.
Maybe at least a group board, like a commentary board made up of X amount of student groups.
Yeah.
Even if it isn't a voting position, maybe not be the worst idea. And then possibly having them allotted time, similar to public comment. As a possible alternative, similarly to how they do like DC and stuff like that, how they give them a voice. They don't really have voting power, but they are kind of a ceremonial position at the very least.
Yeah, thank you. All right. If there's no other public comment, we are gonna move on to go to the order. Oh, you guys are slick. Ruby, go ahead.
Okay, well, I wanna keep this as we can. I know we're probably not tired, but I think that relates a lot to the things that a lot of our public are here to talk about. And kind of relates back to last week, what Ben said about ASMU taking a stand on things. I think over the last 3 weeks, it's been very clear that our students, at least those who have been coming to our meetings, have strong and valuable opinions about diversity, equity, inclusion, and what our school is doing about them. And I think to demonstrate what our role really is as the student government to relay the voices of the student to the administration, that ASMU should write some type of statement and maybe have a proposal or some sort of way to get it approved by those student orgs or those public who are interested and like kind of present it to admin or at least voice like this is what we've been hearing in a way that also student orgs and those involved could kind of be involved in it more than just a meeting conversation.
Tom?
Yeah. I'm not sure if you heard earlier, I'm pretty sure that as the mentioned that was going to stand about that specifically.
Yeah, I just thought in some way of like, other than just us, like saying it like in a way of student orgs and these voices who maybe instead of just as individuals, them emailing administration, we could harness like a document of like collecting these opinions or whatnot and presenting it as an to them on behalf of the students.
Amelia, oh, Ben, there we go.
I'm gonna say that this should be kind of a match back.
Yeah.
It's also need to make sure that this is something we can all have a majority vote on.
Yeah,
Make sure
100%.
it's in general. Not just kind of a willy-nilly report out there and make sure we
Yeah.
spend time on this.
Is any other comment about this topic? All right, Amelia.
I just want. Last. Question about parking, I'm going to get parking and, hopefully they'll get a response to me.
Dana. What? Yeah, go ahead.
Stop and talk for 2 hours about service animals, and how they're being discriminated against. Specifically with people like my class saying hypothetically, he wouldn't offer him a job because of his service animals. He can't find a job on campus because of his service animals. He's asked around, we can't find a job because people keep saying, we don't have to give you a reason, we don't wanna hire you. And he's explored every single avenue possible. I will say, he did seem like he's a little fed up. And he is to the point where he wants to do like a hunger strike type of protest in the middle of campus, and I strongly encourage him not to do that. Because I think he'd be making enemies at that point, and I asked him what his goal would be from that. Anyways, that point is, I don't think that would look very good, and I tried to give him the best advice that I could. I said I would bring this up, but he basically asked me, what does the student government do with things like that? He's been to HR, he's tried to make meetings with Gavin Leach. I just know this side of the story, so if anyone has any input, it seems like there's plenty about this, so.
Cass, yeah, go.
I mean, as far as I know, we can, represent his voice and conversations or meetings that we have. But like, what I think we should do is guide him to the right, through the right pathway. So I might lean on our advisors a little bit more for this one. This isn't something typically that ASMU has the authority to handle. I'm glad that he came to you and felt like he could voice that opinion to you, and I still want him to feel like we are doing what we can do. I just don't know that what we can do is all that much except telling him to go talk to. I'm trying to think in my head like who the right person would be to like crack down on that. Yeah. But not time.
Carter?
I don't think ASMU has purview. Thinks that he's being discriminated against employment wise. I don't.
He came to us as a last resort. Like, it was like a last resort. He's been to HR. He's literally been to every avenue. The only person that I could think of that he has not had a meeting with is Jill Compton, person like internal auditing or something like that.
His course of action does not lie within himself, but like the government. Discrimination.
He said he didn't want to do that. So that's his thing.
Yeah.
Ruby?
I know this individual, a lot of offices on campus. Individual, the email that went out a few weeks ago about service animals may or may not have been about this. And I think at this point, from what I've gathered of the issue, our best course is to direct I've directed him to Title IX because it seems as though his best, and he's spoken with them, allegedly or in some capacity. But, I would say that you can be there for, explain very clearly the specifics of what our office does. Because I think there's been some like discrepancy in that across the board with, these various offices that you've been trying to explore as avenues, just not understanding exactly the fact that that's not the right avenue to go through. So I would refer Title IX if you speak to him again and, apologize that he feels that way, but that is not within our repertoire. And to encourage him not to do a hunger strike.
I basically said all of the things that you guys said.
Yes.
But it did end up being 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I don't think he will be coming back unless.
He also is known for recording conversations, so keep that in mind when, if and when you speak, yeah. Yeah.
On that note, just a good reminder to everybody that when speaking to anybody as an ASNMU representative, that we do not speak on behalf of ASNMU unless we, like as General Assembly, we have made like a collective decision and like it's been explicitly stated, in which case you want to repeat what was explicitly stated. Just a good reminder.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that saying this is our official. report.
Do I see any other go to the order? All right, I call this meeting adjourned, at 9:58. It's not bad.
I'll be with you. One, and yeah,